Behold the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rofh Suzon every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
192 NPA members surrender in Mindanao since June 2024. Authorities declare two southern native towns as NPA-free. 4 Pinoy seafarers of bulk carrier attacked by Houthis in Red Sea arrive home. Fuel prices up by more than 2 pesos.
Good day everyone, as well to our troops at Camp Emilio Aguinaldo, Quezon City. Today is Tuesday, October 15, and we will bring you the latest news from the armed forces and other information around the Philippines. I am Rofh Suzon for AFP Community News.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
For the brief overview of our stories, the Philippine Army has reported that 192 new People's Army members from various units in Mindanao have surrendered since June 2024. The Eastern Mindanao Command confirmed the surrenderers have received immediate cash assistance and government support through the Enhanced Comprehensive Local Integration Program. ISMINCOM spokesperson Major Salvacion Evangelista highlighted the importance of social interventions and military efforts to destabilize guerrilla fronts, particularly in the Caraga region. The number of active NPA members in ISMINCOM's jurisdiction has dropped to 246.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The Philippine Army announced that the towns of San Ricardo and Pintuyan in southern Leyte have been officially declared free from new People's Army threats. Brigadier General Noel Vestuir, the commander of the 802nd Infantry Brigade, confirmed the town's insurgency-free status after years without rebel activity, marking a significant step in securing stable internal peace and security. The declaration ceremony included the signing of agreements and peace pledges, reinforcing the local leaders' commitment in sustaining the peace.
Armed Forces Radio.
Let us hear more updates from Mars about Australian and PMC begin joint training on small boat operations combat skills.
Good afternoon. 45 Australian Defence Force personnel have started joint training with the Philippine Marine Corps Force Reconnaissance Group. The training, running from October 14 to November 8, 2024 at Marine Base Gregorio Lim in Cavite, covers small boat operation, combat shooting, amphibious reconnaissance, underwater demolition, and tactical combat casualty care. This collaboration aims to enhance both nation maritime and combat capabilities, further strengthening defense ties. This is Mars reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Mars.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
On the other hand, 3rd Infantry Division Commander Major General Marian Suzon ordered the Army units to Negros Island to counter the urban operations of NPA-affiliated organizations, providing logistical and financial support to rebel remnants. During his visits to several Army units, he stressed the need to prevent NPA influence from resurging in previously cleared areas. He emphasized the importance of focused military operations and countering urban support networks to end the insurgency by year-end and maintain stability in Negros.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
Local residents surrendered 2 M14 assault rifles and a 60mm mortar to the 5th Marine Battalion, supporting the military-led disarmament campaign in Cotabato City. Major General Antonio Navarrete, the commander of the 6th Infantry Division, confirmed the weapons were voluntarily turned over as part of the Small Arms and Light Weapons Management Program. It aims to ensure the peace and security ahead of the 2025 elections. The 6th ID has collected over 2,000 undocumented firearms, since 2021 in central Mindanao.
Armed Forces Radio.
On the other line, let us hear more from Gina about 14th CMO Battalion leads lecture on civil military operations for citizen soldiers.
Yes, Rofh, 14th Civil Military Operations Battalion spearheaded a lecture on civil military operations at the 7th Regional Community Defense Group. The activity was led by 14th CMO Battalion Executive Officer Major Clint Antipala and attended by inspiring basic citizen military training trainees who want to embrace their role in nation building. The session highlighted the importance of military-civilian collaboration in fostering peace and development. This is Gina reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Gina.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The 10th Marine Company of Marine Battalion Landing Team 10 conducted an outreach programs in barangays San Juan, Payan, and Cabanabaan in Cagayan. It was in coordination with Philippine National Police Ballesteros and local LGUs and provided food, school supplies, haircuts, and other essential services to residents. The initiative aimed at supporting students and families reflect the Marines' commitment in serving the people of Cagayan.
DWDD National News.
For our national news, 4 Filipino crewmen of a bulk carrier that was hit by a missile fired by Houthi rebels in the Red Sea arrived in the country. The deported migrant workers said the 4 Filipino seafarers were the second batch of the 21 Filipino crewmen of the MV Minoan Courage, which was attacked by Houthi rebels last October 1. The first batch, composed of 7 seafarers, arrived home last October 9. The DMW assured that the remaining 10 seafarers are also expected to return home soon in coordination with their licensed manning agencies and the ship owner.
Armed Forces Radio.
And we have a report coming in about AFP honors Marawi Siege Heroes at Rizal Park. Go on for the details, Kath.
The Armed Forces of the Philippines commemorated the bravery and resilience demonstrated during the Marawi Siege in the Stop and Salute flag raising ceremony held at Rizal Park, Manila yesterday. The activity was in collaboration with the National Parks Development Committee and the Salute to a Clean Flag movement and in partnership with the Makati Medical Center or Makati Med Foundation. During his address, AFP Chief of Staff General Romeo S. Browner Jr. emphasized the importance of honoring the memories of the fallen and recognizing the courage of those who fought to uphold peace. He also highlighted those values during the flag-raising ceremony, which symbolized a renewed pledge of service. This is Kat reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Kath.
DWDD National News.
The prices of fuel products increased by more than 2 pesos. The per liter price of gasoline increased by 2 pesos and 65 centavos and diesel by 2 pesos and 70 centavos. Meanwhile, kerosene prices up by 2 pesos and 60 centavos. The big increase was attributed by the Department of Energy to the intensifying fighting between Israel and Hezbollah in Lebanon.
DWDD National News.
The Philippine Crop Insurance Corporation said it will provide 93.8 million pesos to farmers in 3 regions affected by the devastation of Typhoon Holian. PCIC President Jovi Bernabe said a total of 10,781 insured farmers of rice, corn, and high-value crops from the Cordillera Administrative Region, Region 1, and Region 2 will be indemnified by the insurance company. Department of Agriculture Secretary Francisco Chu Laurel Jr. mentioned that the affected farmers should be immediately indemnified to restore their financial health so they can quickly recover from this calamity. Chu Laurel said fast-tracking the release of the farmers' insurance claims will foster confidence in the PCIC and encourage more investors in agriculture.
Armed Forces Radio.
From Solcom, let us hear from Jess about Joint Military Forces recovers 7 high-powered firearms in Quezon Province.
On October 13, 2024, joint forces from the 80th Infantry Battalion 2ID Philippine Army, along with the operatives from 2IMB and the 1st Infantry Battalion, successfully recovered 7 high-powered firearms and ammunition in the remote area of Sitio Malaraki, Barangay Umiray, General Lacar, Quezon Province. The operation was a significant achievement in the government's ongoing campaign against terrorism and insurgency. The recovery was made possible after a tip-off from local residents led by 80th IB soldiers to the location of the firearms cache believed to be owned by the former members of the Narciso Guerrilla Front operating in Rizal, Bulacan, and Northern Quezon. The recovered items included 2 M16 rifles, 1 M14 rifle, 1 M4 carbine, 1 40mm 203 grenade launcher, 2 improvised shotguns, 3 long M16 magazines, 6 short M16 magazines, and 60 rounds of 5.56mm ammunition. Lieutenant Colonel Mark Anthony Urubi, commanding officer of the 80th IB, expressed gratitude for the crucial information provided by the local community. He emphasized that the success of the operation demonstrates the trust of the people in the military and the government, showing their commitment to rejecting the presence of the CPP, NPA, and DF in their area. The 80th IB continues to call the remaining NPA members to surrender and take advantage of the government's programs such as ECLIP, which offers support from their integration into society. This is Jess from Solcom reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Jess from Solcom.
DWDD National News.
And it's 12:40 in the afternoon and you're still tuning at AFP Radio, the WDD Facebook page. And for our announcement, good news for our AFP pensioners whose pension accounts are with Land Bank of the Philippines. You may withdraw your pension for the month of October starting today, Tuesday, October 15. Meanwhile, for AFP pensioners with pension accounts at Development Bank of the Philippines and Philippine Veterans Bank, you may withdraw starting tomorrow, Wednesday, October 16. For pensioners whose pension accounts are tagged as on hold, please contact the AFP PGMC office or call their hotline at 0966 311 5003 for further assistance.
DWDD National News.
Moving on to another story, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. said is hoping to see an Asia-Pacific region that is more resilient when it comes to disasters. PBBM said the Asia-Pacific Ministerial Conference for Disaster Risk Reduction would pave the way to minimize the effects of disaster among nations. During the ministerial dinner he hosted for the APMCDRR delegates, Marcos mentioned that they can learn from each other, strengthen partnerships, identify innovative ideas, and adopt best practices. He also added that their vision is clear to reduce disaster risks and losses, and in doing so protect the lives, livelihoods, and the social and economic assets that underpin our societies.
DWDD National News.
The head of the United Nations Office for Disaster Risk Reduction praised the Philippines' people-centered approach to disaster risk reduction. At the 2024 Asia Pacific Ministerial Conference on Disaster Risk Reduction, UNDRR Chief Kamal Kishore said the Philippines is already way ahead of the DRR curve as focus on communities which are often the most affected during calamities. He said that the work that is being done in the Philippines can be a lighthouse to the rest of the region and the world. Kishore also said that on top of making sure that policies and projects come together at the local level, the close collaboration between government agencies in the Philippines is a policy that other states should also replicate.
Armed Forces Radio Report.
And for other updates, let us hear the details about 2nd CMOC AIDS in Livelihood Project turnover in Tuburan, Cebu. Go ahead, Beth Tañete.
The 2nd Platoon of the 2nd Civil Military Operation Maasahan Company assisted in the turnover of 300 chickens and 75 cases to members of TOPA in a barangay Tuminhaw, Tuburan, Cebu. The 375,000 pesos livelihood grant was provided by the Department of Labor and Employment and the Department of Agriculture. It aims to create sustainable income for the community, fostering peace and development. This is Betanieta reporting for the AFP Community News, one AFP for stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Beth Añete.
DWDD National News.
And for our other national news, Palace stood firm on its stance that the Philippines will not cooperate in any investigation being conducted by the International Criminal Court concerning the previous administration's war on drugs. Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin said the country will also not return as a member of the ICC. He added that the president is not expected to change his mind and now refer to the Quadcom matter to the ICC. The House Quad Committee is investigating the drug war and related issues.
DWDD National News.
Local Government Secretary John Vic Remulla expressed that there will be no sacred cows in the probe of police officials linked to the deadly war on illegal drugs of the previous administration. Remulla said anyone who will be found guilty will be treated like any other person. He added that they will be accorded no special treatment and special privileges. However, the DILG chief said they have to wait for the final result of the congressional investigation before they could file charges against those involved in the proper court.
Armed Forces Radio Report.
From First CRG, let us hear some information from Meljoy about 120 civilian volunteers in Ifugao undergo basic citizen military training.
Yes, Rofh, in an era where national security continues to be a priority, 120 civilian volunteers from across Ifugao province are set to transition into becoming future members of the 1403rd Mountain Province Rider Reserve Infantry Battalion upon successfully completion of the 45-day pre-entry training. The launch of BCMT 2024 was organized by the 14th Regional Community Defense Group led by Group Commander Colonel Arnel B. Cabugon and the 1404th Ifugao Community Defense Center under Colonel Oscar B. Balignasay Jr. The opening ceremony was held at the university's open gym and was graced by Honorable Jerry Udalipog, Governor of Ifugao Province, who was represented by Vice Governor Glenn D. Prudenciano as the guest of honor and speaker. The BCMT program drew participants from various sectors including lawyers, doctors, public servants, and entrepreneurs. These volunteers responded to the call to serve, potentially joining the reserve force where they will be prepared to support the regular army in times of national emergencies. The 120 volunteers will undergo rigorous military training designed to develop their physical and mental endurance, leadership skills, and patriotism. Once completed, they will be officially part of the 1404th Federal Reserve Infantry Battalion, contributing to the security and stability of the region while upholding their civilian responsibilities. This event is seen as a significant step in strengthening the local reserve forces, reflecting the commitment of Ifugao citizens to the protection and service of their country. This is Mildred Nesho Arroco reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Meljoy.
Armed Forces Radio Report.
And now let's hear a report on the ground about AFP ensures peace during La Naval Procession Disaster Risk Conference in Metro Manila. Go for the details, Spencer Ross.
Thank you so much, Rofh. The Armed Forces of the Philippines, through Joint Task Force National Capital Region, provided vital security for two events in Metro Manila. These were the La Naval Grand Procession in Quezon City and the Asia-Pacific Ministerial Conference on Disaster Risk Reduction at PICC over the weekend. Coordinated with the Philippine National Police, JTF NCR ensured the safety of thousands of devotees and international delegates at both high-profile events. Relatively rough, the troops are committed in assisting in similar activities. This is Spencer, reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Spencer Ross.
DWDD National News.
The Presidential Anti-Organized Crime Commission said there has been a sharp decline in the number of Philippine offshore gaming operators under its monitoring. PAOCC Executive Director Gilbert Cruz said as of the latest count, there are only 100 Pogo hubs being monitored. He mentioned that based on the report given by PAGCOR, many have closed shop and many are already wrapping up their operations. Cruz said he was confident the government would be able to eradicate all illegal Pogo remnants.
DWDD National News.
The Bureau of Customs warned the public against fraudulent social media accounts using illegally obtained photos of Customs Commissioner Bienvenido Rubio and making false pretenses and representations. The agency said it does not conduct any transactions through social media or other online platforms. They also added that the BOC Commissioner does not own or operate any social media accounts for customs activities. Rubio then called on the syndicate behind the fraudulent account to stop deceiving the public or face the consequences of their illegal acts.
Armed Forces Radio.
From Rizal, more updates from Ella Mercado about Taytay LGU to become the government's capital of the Philippines.
A memorandum of understanding that promotes to develop the textile industry was successfully signed in the town of Taytay, province of Rizal, just recently. The signing took place through the initiative and collaborative efforts between the Department of Science and Technology, Philippine Textile Research Institute, and Taytay Local Government Unit aims to make it useful the town's solid waste into a textile materials. The memorandum of understanding is expected to be implemented with some research and giving new solutions to be able to respond to some environmental problems towards LGU mission to become the garments capital of the Philippines. Among the signatories for such agreement were officials from DOST, Philippine Textile Research Institute, led by Director Julius Liaño Jr. as Director 4, Director Emilita Bagsit of DOST Calabarzon, Director Fernando Ablasa of DOST Rizal, and local officials from the municipality of Taytay. The initiative is still preliminary in some changes that will take place in Taytay for the above government program. This is Ella Mercado reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Ella Mercado from Rizal.
Armed Forces Radio.
From Congress, let us hear more information from Terence about Speaker Romualdez highlights Philippine progress in science and technology under PBBM in IPU.
Speaker Ferdinand Martin G. Romualdez has showcased before the international community the country's progress in the areas of science, technology, and innovation under the leadership of President Ferdinand Bongbong R. Marcos Jr. Speaking at the 149th Interparliamentary Union IPU Assembly in Geneva, Switzerland on Monday, Speaker Romualdez said the President and Congress have been taking steps to promote science, technology, and innovation to sustain the nation's development. In line with the legislative priorities of President Marcos, Speaker Romualdez said the National Innovation Council was created to ensure that innovation is embedded as a key priority in the country's pathway to socio-economic development. He said the council, chaired by the President, administers a 10-year policy vision, goals, and strategies collectively referred to as the National Innovation Agenda and Strategy document. The document contains the Philippines' vision and long-term goals for innovation and a roadmap of the strategies for improving innovation governance, deepening and accelerating innovation efforts, and integrating and fostering public-private partnerships, mindful of the policy of leaving no Filipino behind, he said. The House leader, who heads the Philippine delegation to the IPU Assembly, informed his fellow lawmakers and parliamentarians from all over the world that the Philippine Congress, in support of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, has enacted several measures to improve innovation governance in the country. This is Terence Mordeno Grana reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Terence from Congress.
DWDD National News.
The Philippines has appealed to Cambodia not to file charges against 13 pregnant women who are among the 20 rescued Filipinas reportedly hired as surrogate mothers. DOJ Undersecretary Nicholas Fexti said the Philippine Embassy in Cambodia has been coordinating with the Cambodian government. The Department of Foreign Affairs confirmed last October 9 that 20 Filipinas, including 13 pregnant women, were rescued by local authorities in Cambodia where they were trafficked to become surrogate mothers. 7 of them will soon be returning to the Philippines.
DWDD Armed Forces
And that's all for today's broadcast. Thank you for joining us, especially to our audience in our Facebook page, AFP Radio DWDD. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow for more updates, same time and same station. Again, this is Rofh Suzon for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Behold the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rofh Suzon every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Ito ang DWDD 1134 kHz AM. Balita, impormasyon at musika. Ito ang DWDD AFP Radio. Boses ng Kawal Pilipino.
Kayo ay nakatutok sa DWDD AFP Radio. Kami po ay kasapi ng KBP, Kapisanan ng mga Broadcaster ng Pilipinas.